Anything else, Nate?
There's,
My turn?
there's a lot more to it, but I
Sure.
just recommend going and probably don't eat a bunch of greasy witch grease and
You
try
gotta,
and slip through a keyhole. That's my the PSA for the end. Don't do any of
Yes.
these things.
yeah, don't do any of these things. We say we.
But that is one way to achieve flight.
Yes.
Right.
Werewolf Radar does not endorse what Werewolf Radar talks about.
What Werewolf Radar
Yes.
practices. Look, if I choose to go through the key to get greasy and try to squeeze myself head first through a keyhole,
That's what
my
Jordan
choice.
does, yes.
That's what Jordan does. Do not do what Jordan does. You want to be like me? Of course you don't. A rock biter.
Okay, well, gentlemen,
Anyway, yeah,
I have
don't mess with hexes.
Don't
Roger
mess
that.
with hexes.
Mex with Hexes.
Don't mix with hexes.
I have a story from strangecountry.blogspot.com.
It's a good country.
And it's called The Phone Call from the Future.
Whoa, is it me talking about my lizard period?
It kind of is if you called yourself recently to tell you about it.
Jordan, you have to cut the beard. You get back into lizards. You have to cut the beard. It's the beard that does it.
So, in the 50s and 60s, John Powell Riley was a successful electrical engineer, and he
Nice.
was married to a beautiful Russian socialite called Anastasia Azia Smuguin.
Sure.
They
Good for
spent
him.
much of their married life in Geneva, Switzerland, where they socialized a great deal with local community of Russian exiles.
Hmm.
Among the most popular of this colony of white Russians was a small family. It's in quotation marks.
That
Did you
just
hear
means-
it?
Okay.
That just means Belarusians.
Oh,
Belarusian means white Russian. Yes.
Really? Whoa.
Yes.
Nate, what don't you know?
Yeah, where are you from? Were you the call from the future?
I might be the call from the future.
So this Belarusian contingency was a small family whose last name Riley discreetly declined to provide. It consisted of a woman named Tamara, her 25-year-old daughter Mara, and Tamara's mother, Babusia. Mara, the breadwinner of the family, was an exceptional young woman. She was a gifted linguist who worked as a translator for the United Nations. Mara was beautiful, charming, and kindly well-loved by everyone who knew her.
I couldn't help but notice that they skipped the opportunity to do cunning linguist, so we have to do it. I think. I think legally we have to say it.
Legally, we have to say that. This
Oh,
cunning
but-
linguist...
Yeah, there it is.
Eventually, Riley's marriage to Asia ended when she left him for her first love, a Frenchman named Pierre Saunier. I don't know how
Always
that
the
last one
goddamn
is.
French.
The French. Well, she was drunk. They were white Russians after all. That's what I thought. That's what I thought that meant when it was in quotes. Just like they were wasted.
He moved back to America, losing contact with Mara and her family. Despite the divorce, Riley and Asia remained on very friendly terms and spoke often on the phone.
Riley.
They eventually
cuck.
remarried in 1998.
Oh, what? Okay. All right. Hey, you know what? Life is a highway.
Some years passed. Then one early morning, Asia phoned. And she was sobbing, and she said, "Oh, Johnny, something terrible has happened. Mara died." Now,
What?
Riley was shocked because as far as he knew, the young woman had been in perfect health. Asia explained that while Mara had friends over for lunch, she choked on an olive pit, dying before help could arrive.
Whoa, who Mara is?
Mara is the sister,
She's
or the...
daughter.
Yeah.
Oh no, an
The daughter,
olive
the
pit.
sister of Tamara.
These were in the days before the Heimlich maneuver. Oh, that's
So
tragic.
Riley felt lingering sadness over the tragic event.
Okay.
Obviously, I hope.
Yeah, how dare he? That's that stiff upper lip.
To have such an exceptional person with so much to live for die suddenly in such bizarre circumstances made him question what life was really about. He
Whoa.
shared the story of Mara's sad end with friends, and all endeavored to find any sort of logic or reason of whys of this world.
And everybody agreed he should build a time phone. Every one of them.
So, Riley and Asia did not discuss this again. Then a year later, she
like
this
we
is
said,
in 1995.
they were close. Yeah.
So in 1995, he got a call saying that Mara had died. Now, a year later, 1996, 2 years before they remarry,
Sure.
Asia phones him and says, "Oh, Johnny, something terrible has happened. Mara died."
Johnny, something terrible has happened. Mara died.
And then
So
Riley
he never looked
responds-
into it originally?
He never looked into it.
No, that's what I'm saying. He was like, tragic. Goodbye. These calls are expensive. 10 pounds a second.
So here's what he says. "I know that, darling. She choked on an olive pit."
What?
That's what he says because she called him a year earlier telling him about Mara's death.
Whoa.
So how does
So
she
he
respond?
replied callously, "I know that, darling. She choked on an olive pit."
I can see why they get back together in 2 years.
He treats her like garbage, and she loves it.
Now, Asia stated that this was impossible. Mara died just the day before.
No, Asia.
And
Whoa.
that is the tale of a call from the future. And you might think this is made up, but I have photos of Asia. This is like a credible thing that happened. They gave he wrote articles for Fate magazine, like he's a real person. You can find this online and their accounts and probably email them if they're still alive.
Look, we joke around here in the Zoom room. Sometimes the patrons love to come and hang out with us, and we chat, and we were talking about there maybe being ghost children on the line when we were hearing some interference, but strange calls, the lines get crossed.
They're out there.
The lines
Basically,
get crossed, man.
Answer the phone to everyone who calls.
All the time. If it's If it's State Farm and they want money, then that's a ghost. If it's if it's the police and they say move your car or we're gonna cube it, that's a ghost. It's don't worry about any of it. Hide under bed. Take mushrooms. Fly. Fly away.
And I do believe that's it for me.
I think that does it for this episode then, boys and ghouls. Sorry. It is almost Halloween, so I'm going to be saying boys and ghouls quite often.
No, absolutely.
Thank you guys for your continued listening to our show, Cast Pod. Thank you to our patrons for your continued patronage and for hanging out in the Zoom room. Big shout outs to Adric, to Twerk Serpent, to Sil and Kylie, who took off. They left. They were scared and they couldn't hang out in the Zoom room any
It got
longer.
spooky in here for a moment. We understand.
But they were in there earlier, I swear. Everybody saw them?
They had to go slip a keyhole.
Great. Yeah. Shot off through, greased themselves up, shot off through the keyhole.
Why don't you, while you're at it, give us a review on iTunes? It really helps support us. Stitcher, you can do reviews too. Just say hello to us on social media. We love commenting to you.
We love it. We are the problem. We're addicted to it. Watch The Social Dilemma. Also, watch our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Werewolf Radar. We're doing Monday streams whenever we can these days, usually from around 2 p.m.
Afternoon streams,
But you will find the
Mountain
link to that on the Twitter. So
heck yeah.
Twitter, Facebook, The Social Dilemma. You should watch it.
You should watch it. At least turn off your notifications. It makes going in so much sweeter. You're like, I have 50,000 noties, and they're all from people who make my head want to explode. You love it. You sit in the bathroom and just scream for an hour.
If you want to join the Pingo Nation, become a Dark Council member.
Absolutely.
Join that Patreon. I mean,
Patreon. We have multiple levels. We got merch. You too can come hang in the Zoom room. It's always a great time. And you can see how the sausage is made. Spoiler, it's spiders. But I think that about does it for this. Oh, wait, one more thing. Big thank you to Chuck from Snappy Little Numbers
Yes.
for our sweet theme song at the top and the bottom of the show. Here it comes right now. Until next time. Punch the sky, Spaceman Joe!